Hello everybody, I'm Ralph Shearing, President and CEO of Altaley Mining. I'm a rare breed. I'm an exploration geologist that's turned into a miner. We have two projects in Mexico. This is our introductory slide. On the right-hand side is Campomorado. On the left-hand side is Tabahueto. Campomorado is a zinc mine. Tabahueto is a new mine we are just in the process of commissioning, and it's a gold mine. Forward-looking statements, as usual, I will be talking about forward-looking vision of the company. Please read at your leisure to go to sleep when you want to. And this locates our project. So up in the top of the slide here is Tabahueto. It's in northwestern Durango. This is a very robust gold project. And we've been nursed it through exploration. We're now commissioning a mine at about 500 tons per day. We'll get it to 1,000 tons per day over the next quarter. And we'll be producing a lot of gold and silver base metals out of here. Actually, 70% of the production revenue will come from gold. Campomorado, on the other side, is a zinc mine at this point in time, but we are working hard to increase our precious metal recoveries as well as our base metal recoveries. We have what I would term a full court press on metallurgy underway there. Campomorado is around the 6th largest zinc mine in Mexico right now. We're producing steady. We have a bunch of pathways to increase production at both these projects. Exploration potential is fantastic at both of them. We hope to get drills going again late this year, maybe Q4, if the funding allows us to. And we're exploring a lot of process improvements for Campomorado to increase zinc recoveries, gold and silver recoveries. We had a good year, 2021 at Campomorado, and I point out this is all from Campomorado. We had an $89 million Canadian in revenue. That returned 15 cents per share to our shareholders. We didn't pay a dividend there, it's just what would the accounting records show. And $34 million mine operating profit and $36 million net income. So this was a good year. One asset, bringing Tabahueto on stream. We hope to double this in our first full year of production at Tabahueto. We have a very strong board of directors. We span all facets of the mining industry, from legal to finance to exploration, underground mining. I won't go into detail. There's a time constraint here on my presentation, but there's a very good board of directors behind this company. And I'll jump into Tabahueto now, show you a little bit about it. So this mine is ramping up. It should be one of the higher grade zinc or gold producers in Mexico. This it's a polymetallic epithermal system. It's a district scale project. The revenue or the resources will give us reserves gives us a 10.9 year mine life, is based on a pre-feasibility study we just issued. M&I resources could increase that to an 18-year mine life. We'll produce 26,000 ounces of gold on an annual basis at 1,000 tons per day, and that would equate to about 43,000 ounces of gold equivalent with all metals. And the production costs are quite low, $855 per gold equivalent ounce. So this is going to be a very robust underground gold mine. This is the PFS metrics. This was just released. So positive net cash flow at about $259 million throughout the life of the mine. $855 all-in sustaining costs per gold equivalent ounce. A post-tax net present value of $131 million. And internal rate of return 65%. We'll pay all our debt back within 2 years off this project alone. This is a production profile. This shows you the life of the mine production profile. You can see there 65% of the revenue is gold, another 12 or 14% from silver. So it's really a precious metal mine. And there's no doubt in my mind that on the later years of this mine shown in this histogram that we'll continue our production up at the upper levels, because exploration can get underway. We'll bring in new resources and reserves to expand the mine life, but also to increase production. We hope to bring this mine to up to 2,000 tons a day in the next couple of years, and maybe 3,000 tons per day in the next 2 to 5 years. The exploration potential is that good. And here's some of the exploration potential. You can see this slide shows you the district scale project of Tabahueto. This district's about 12 kilometers long by 8 kilometers wide. There's an erosional window where all those lines are shown, the red and yellow lines. Our exploration and resources and reserves are only outlined on the red line, the major structure from Cinco de Mayo up to Catorce through to Perdido, and then on the other side of the mountain, it outcrops. You can see it comes up here, and then over the other side is the Santiago zone. That structure is about 3.4 kilometers long, and I believe that it goes to the south and continues to the north for a potential of over 5, 6, 7 kilometers of potential strike length. We have mineralization in the river down below. All of those yellow lines are additional structures that are mineralized veins. We need to get out there and drill them. The only one we've tested is the Texcalama. We drill 6 holes on that, and we have similar mineralization as we do in our resource reserve structure. I also believe that these structures will be repeating themselves, but are buried off into the western side of this image. All of that area is prospective, but it's got younger rock covering it. That'll be a long-term exploration project. This is going to be a long-term mine. This slide shows you the longitudinal section through our main structure. You can see all the ore bodies where they're outlined in that little teal color. That's a reserve. Where they're not outlined, that's a resource. These are all open to depth, open along strike, and you can see between Creston and Santiago, there's an area we were unable to drill because there's too much overlying cover. We have drifted in about 150 meters past the last known drill hole, and we're in mineralization all the way. I believe that there'll be a third added to our reserves from that area between Creston and Santiago as soon as we can start drilling again. And that will be all drilled from underground. Quickly into Campomorado. Campomorado, an existing mine in commercial production. Just point out, go back here, that tailings facility there has a lot of metal in it. We hope to reprocess that, and that's a lot of our metallurgical testing has shown a pathway to potentially get that done. So this mine, reserves and these are all resources. There's never been an economic study done on this mine, although it's been in production for several years. You can see here 16.6 million tons of fairly good precious metals. This is a volcanogenic massive sulfide deposit. These are high-grade precious metals for this type of deposit. It's also got copper, lead, and zinc of fairly good grades. We are mainly producing lead and zinc. We're producing a bit of silver, around 750 to 1 million ounces of silver annually. Our gold production is quite low, around 5,000 ounces. If we solve this metallurgical challenge, which we're well on our way to do, we believe we can really increase our precious metal recoveries, as well as increase our base metal recoveries with pneumatic flotation microfine grinding. I'd say we're about 2/3 along the way of that exploration path of metallurgical testing to get to the final way. So maybe later this quarter we'll get there. Throughout 2021, over the last several quarters, you can see we've steadily grown our production at Campomorado. Both the concentrate grades and the revenue have increased substantially quarter by quarter, and the costs have decreased overall. A little bit of increase in the last quarter of 2024 related to offtake charges, escalator charges, as well as we were bringing on a copper circuit and the mill, so a bit more capital invested. And we are just starting to produce copper at Campomorado as well. So where can we go? Campomorado, this is how we think we can get more growth out of this project. So near-term expansion possibilities by adding new flotation cells. We're just getting a quote from Glencore Technologies on several Jameson cells that we believe we can start to increase our production, get better recoveries. We're optimizing our base metal recoveries. We've had testing performed on this project prior to our ownership that showed that gold can be increased by 400% from what we're getting right now. We're getting about 15% recoveries in gold, and silver by 200%. We're getting about 40% recoveries in silver right now. So that's where we want to take this metallurgical testing. So we're going into second phase testing on that. We hope to be able to bring good news to the market over the coming months throughout the rest of this year. If it works, then we have a pathway to reprocess the existing tailings. There's about 3.2 million tons of tailings. It contains about 280,000 ounces of gold equivalent with just gold and silver. Now, those aren't 43101 compliant resources. Those are based on production records, daily production records from the mine. So we've just calculated out how much metal wasn't recovered as is in those tailings facilities. So we hope to recover that. Then we can get on to exploration, increase our resources, potentially expand the project. Hopefully that would be something to do over the next several years. And here's why we can expand the production and with drilling. This image, the lower one, shows all the ore bodies we know. Underneath that, there appears to be a second horizon which has been outlined in the geophysical image up top, which is an induced polarization, electromagnetic surveys, borehole geophysics, that outlines very strong anomalies beneath these existing ore bodies. This is very common for VMS deposits to have stacked ore bodies. The old owners of this mine actually drilled a couple holes, got good results underneath that southwest zone with one ore body, only several holes in it. We need to continue to drill that out, test those other holes. On a regional, more property scale basis, all of those ore bodies I just showed you are shown in that little blue ellipse. All of the other yellow and reddish ellipses represent geophysical and or geochemical anomalies at a very advanced stage that are drill ready. All we need to do is locate them and test them, and any one of those could bring in new massive sulfide ore bodies into this project to feed the mill on an ongoing basis. Looking at the capital structure, we have trading around 30 cents, 34 cents, highs and lows 30 to 77. We have 274 million shares issued on a fully diluted basis. We're about 351. That gives us a market cap of around $74 million US. Cash on hand, about $3 billion. We're a little low on our cash because we've been ramping up and finishing construction at Tawa Weto. However, we are cash flowing and we're able to survive without going back to the market. And then loan debt of about $38 million and enterprise value of $109 million. And this is a peer comparison. So Altaley down at about 1.5. This is enterprise value over EBITDA, a common way to analyze. And you can see that we're, as every company, as every CEO is going to say, extremely undervalued. We're a producing company, we're making money, and we have a new mine coming on stream, so we hope to catch up our value related to this slide over the coming months and throughout the rest of this year. And that's my presentation. It was fairly quickly done, but any more interest, please come to our booth. We can explain in a lot more detail, and thank you very much.